Reporting that air traffic will come to a halt at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport every time the president flies to and from the White House on Marine One.
Tisha Lewis joins us from the airport with a push to keep air travel into the nation's capital safe.
Hi there. So all of this comes after that deadly mid-air collision here near DCA, and we finally heard back from the Federal Aviation Administration after we asked them about those reports in the Washington Post about commercial flights like what you see behind me coming to a halt when the president is flying in the area in order to keep the airspace protected. In a statement from the FAA, they said, quote, the new policy provides exceptions for life-saving medical support, active law enforcement, active air defense, or presidential helicopter missions. We will review the current policy once NTSB completes its preliminary investigation. The FAA saying that that statement applies to their current policies. We did ask travelers their thoughts on navigating delays due to this new flight rule.
Yes, for the safety of us, myself.
I'm sure it's an inconvenience, but certainly you have national security at hand, and I think that's important. So it wouldn't bother me. I think you would have to schedule around that. When you fly private, you have to stay a certain distance away from those type planes and things like that, so it wouldn't bother me.
The DCA flight rules and safety measures come weeks after a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter collided with an American Airlines jet and killed 67 people. Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton is now demanding the Department of Defense permanently cease transporting VIPs in the nation's capital region by helicopter. Representative Norton wrote Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth urging DOD to halt the helicopter transports with exceptions for the president, vice president, and national emergencies. We did speak with a former U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter pilot who says Norton's demand is, quote, unrealistic.
I would say that's not realistic. What happens is even when we were flying cross country, right, for a mission to get from one place and ferry an aircraft to another place, we would have to stop and refuel. And there's not always military bases that we can refuel at. And so we would have to refuel at forward base operations, FBOs, and we would have to, have that. We are trained as to how to fly airspace. Most of the helicopter pilots receive an FAA rating and go through the schooling and the testing to be rated to fly airspace.
Even so, Representative Norton says she expects a response in writing by March 11th, and she goes on to say that the convenience of government officials does not take precedent over aviation safety.